Hello there. I just want to make another quick video. I won't keep it for long. And I guess it's a review of the TV show Last of Us. And so firstly, I guess, a warning or whatever. The show is very rated R, violent, whatnot. And I know as a guy trying to do the Jesus thing, a lot of Christians would slam on me for even watching it. But I've always had kind of an affinity with the Joel character. Myself personally, that's my name, but also I resonated with the character. He's very stoic and quiet and reserved, whereas I'm kind of an open book who talks too much. But otherwise, I'm quite a lot like that character. For example, the things I would do to defend the people I love. And so the idea that Neil Druckmann decided to make him the villain. I mean, wasn't the original writer of that story a woman named Amy Hennig? So did Neil Druckmann basically steal someone else's story or whatever? I'm not too sure. But I just thought I gotta make a video about this because it bothered me. Firstly, I guess, Pedro Pascal's performance of Joel was not very good. I mean, he wasn't the same Joel from the game at all. And all you have to do is watch the cutscenes from the game side by side with the show, and you'll see what I mean. But let's just get the elephant out of the room here. The only real hero in The Last of Us was Joel. I mean, the game or the TV show. He wanted to save Ellie from a bunch of murderous mad scientists who were gonna kill her, harvest her brain for a cure that may have never even worked. Let me repeat that. They were going to harvest her brain for a cure that may have never even worked. So yeah, good riddance to the Fireflies and their willingness to do a child sacrifice. Now that being said, I mean, it's too bad that part 2 happened the way it did, and it will undeniably be even more alphabet propaganda with the character Big Mama Pump Abby, the steroid she-monster, murdering Joel right at the beginning of the game. Yeah, I know, spoilers. However, it's apparent that Neil Druckmann sure knows how to ruin a good story. And even worse than that, apparently Neil Druckmann is a huge supporter of the terrorist organization Antifa. Well, that speaks volumes about this clown. And so yeah, I won't be watching season 2, obviously. I could be bothered with all the alphabet agenda messaging, like straight up propaganda. And then my one Facebook friend chimes in the same thing. Part 1 was one of the best stories ever told in gaming, but part 2 was pretty awful. And it's like, yeah, it's more than pretty awful. But yeah, some of the things they changed were so stupid. Like, I completely skipped the 2 Alphabet Agenda episodes, the flashback with the wannabe girlfriend Riley character. I mean, what? It didn't even matter to the story. It was part of the game's DLC. And when it was initially released, you didn't even know about any of that stuff until after Neil Druckmann retconned Amy Hennig's, original vision for the story. So I completely skipped that episode along with the Bill and Frank episode. That was not Bill. That was not Bill. Like, what a god-awful dumpster fire of alphabet propaganda mixed with garbage juice. Like, delete those 2 episodes from the internet altogether. I mean, I don't know, Nephilim sodomy, that's just the thing these days, I guess. And then, of course, you get the episode with Tommy's wife, changing her into a proud black female because reasons, racism, I guess. Pushing the communist and pedophile propaganda in that episode. She gives Ellie, a 14-year-old girl, a diaphragm. Like, what were they planning? And so, yeah, as I said, I'm going to keep this video short and sweet because it actually does bother me quite a bit. So I also commented to Aaron, that the second game was indeed a dumpster fire, but probably the episode that bothered me the most was the one with the cannibal cult where they capture Ellie. They completely rewrote the villain, and I guess it was all to slam on Christianity, to make Christianity look bad or ridiculous, I guess, or hypocritical. Maybe that was their objective. It was not only a sick joke, but it shows that Neil Druckmann is a complete Luciferian POS. Like, excuse my vulgarity. But it's no surprise. the racist SJW writing staff went full retard deciding to push this prejudice against Christianity. Like, in the game, none of that is even mentioned. They leave it up to you to decide whether or not the guy was trying to, I don't know, seduce Ellie, for lack of a better word. In the game, you get this hint that, like, he's some weird pedophile creep who wants Ellie as, like, some kind of concubine. But the game didn't do any of the stuff that the show did. And it's just how typical, how hateful these no-minded hacks are, rewriting the show to portray the godless cannibal cult as Christians. It's almost like childish. Like, parents out there, you hear some noise in your kitchen in the middle of the night, you go downstairs to find your kid made a big mess, spilt milk all over the floor, and when you get there, the kid's like, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I know you are, but what am I? It seems like Neil Druckmann, that's kind of like how he thinks. He seems very childlike, like, I'm going to show these Christians who's boss. I'm going to use this as a vehicle to just slam on everything I don't like. And so, yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, it was ridiculous on the face of it. But yeah, so I guess at the end of the day, one of the best stories ever told in video games was once again retconned and used to make men look weak, racist race change everything, and I guess attack Christianity. So, yeah, way to go, Neil Cuckman, promoting child sacrifice, pedophilia, communism, and racism. You're a real hero, buddy. So, I guess that's all I got to say about that. Peace out.